Hey guys, how you doing? Coach Mitch. History is very important. So, where did CBPO come from? Who started inspecting at the borders and things like that, right? Where did the CBP officer start? Well, here's the truth. CBP officers were taken from other departments, two specifically. It came from immigration inspectors and also customs inspectors. So the customs inspectors and immigration inspectors, they were already there. They were already doing the job of doing inspections at the border and things of that nature, also in your airports too. They already existed. However, post 9/11, CBP officers became a very specific job. So they borrowed people or took people from those two already developed occupations and made it into CBPO. So the genesis of CBP officers is not some poof, here we go, bringing new people from the outside. No, they already came to the job with the skill set already there in place. They just were taken from two different departments. This ties into your interview. So people always ask me, gosh, man, why is this CBP officer interview so tough? Why is it not civilian related? Because they already existed. They're just now working in different name capacity only, right? Because the inspectors and the immigration inspectors, they were already qualified to do the job for CBPO post 9/11. They already existed. Now they just exist under, shall we say, a different flag. Therefore, people don't understand if this is a newish type job, why is it so hard? Because they expect you to understand some basic principles at the what? The federal level, right? Paramilitary LEO level. They expect you to have some kind of knowledge there. This is why if you walk in there with a civilian type attitude, you will not be welcomed or appreciated because they want you to have some understanding. Already from the get-go, the questions are designed to see how you handle immediate high impact decisions that protect what? The country via what? National security. So you're walking there thinking, gee, they didn't ask me about where will I be in 5 years, what my grade was in college, what my strength was. They don't care about that. They're looking at the mission focus, right? Judgment, decision making, integrity. They want to hear what you know about CBP policy and practices. This is why they have such a high fail rate. Over 60% of people who apply for CBPO via the structured interview fail the interview. And people keep telling me all the time, that doesn't seem fair and blah, blah, blah. It's not about being fair. It doesn't have anything to do with that. People keep thinking, they keep applying these civilian type, or shall I say, world type behaviors. Because today, people don't take responsibility and things are not fair. CBP is looking for the best OFOs they can hire. They're not about being fair and justice and blah, blah, blah. It's not about that at all. They're looking at you to have some kind of modicum of understanding regarding what they deal with every day. This is why my interview coaching process works. It's why people come to me, because I show them how to pass. People pass my coaching at a 90.4% rate. Yeah. My clients who get into my program have a 90.4% pass rate. They are taught by me how to handle these questions that are hypotheticals. They're going to test your emotional intelligence, your emotional maturity. It's going to test your judgment. It's going to test the policies and procedures that you should understand before you even walk into the arena. It's going to test you 360. So this is the reason. It's difficult because the mission's difficult. It's difficult because the job itself is difficult. Imagine yourself screening people to keep your country safe on a full-time basis. You're looking for DRUGS, you're looking for trafficking, you're looking for people who shouldn't be here, you're looking for even bad vegetables or insects that shouldn't come into the country. You have to be on your guard at all times. You must have situational awareness, which, by the way, should be in your answer to people when you talk to people in the interview process. I teach all this. So, but you should know where your start comes from. You should know your history. You just can't say, I want to be CBPO because the uniform looks cool. That's a silly way to answer a question, right? You don't want to say that. You should have some understanding of the mission of the job in which you're going to walk into. Yes, the uniforms look cool, but that's your only reason for joining CBPO. You're probably not going to make it because your focus is wrong, right? You want to join CBPO to keep your country safe. That's the first thing you should be saying. That's the first thing you should say. Keep your country safe. Number two, you want to work with like-minded professionals in keeping my country safe. Those are things you want to say, okay? So, know your history. It's important. You guys came from a post 9/11 environment, from customs inspectors and also immigration inspectors. Those were your first people who got into the positions. And then it's why the interview process is so hard, because they're not really taking you on as a brand new person from the civilian world. They want to hear that you understand certain questions that they're going to ask you. That's how that works, guys, okay? If you have any questions at all, if you have doubts about passing your structure interview, get down the links below and I'll help you how to do it, okay? I'll show you how to do it. Then get into my calendar and you and I will meet and we'll get our battle going, okay? You guys take care and have a good day. Bye-bye.